I'm thinking they ain't ready for all of this. I'm finna kill them right now with this. I'm finna kill the COVID with this baby.
Real quick within
Everybody that I have comes on here, I have them tell me who they are besides your name, and what is one thing you love most about who you are.
um, wow. I've never been asked that. Let
Oh,
me
well, here
think.
we go.
I gotta think about that. What is one thing that I like about myself and who I am? Um, Goodness. You know what I like? I like about me. I never been struck by fame. I always kept myself where I was at, grounded from where I came from. I was brought up like that. So, as an artist, being in the game for almost 40 years now, um, I like the fact that I still enjoy being regular Ralph.
You said
My
40?
regular, almost 40 years now. Yeah, yep.
Ralph Tresvant? That's a long
We're pushing
time.
up on it. Yeah, we're pushing on almost 40 years in the game altogether. I think
That's
professionally, that is.
crazy.
Yeah, man. You're getting old. You see these whiskers down there
I
starting to
see you.
glare
You
on me
should. You
now?
you giving zaddy vibes, and I'm not upset about it.
Yeah, man. I am a real, that's what I got. I'm giving granddaddy vibes. You know what
Nah,
I'm saying?
zaddy with a Z. I see a lot of
I,
virtual panties being thrown.
hey, that's all right.
No, so you say you've never been struck by fame, but you've been famous for such a long time, almost most of your life. How do you
Yeah.
how do you keep that grounding?
I mean, I think overall it's always feeling like there's more to do, that you've never really reached a plateau that you wanted to reach. That helps. So you always feel like there's something you got to do better the next time. Each time I come out, I'm feeling like I gotta be better. I wasn't as good as I thought I wanted to be the last run, or I didn't reach where I thought I was going to go. Even as new edition members, we didn't always think that there's more to do or a bigger plateau to reach. Outside of that, I got family that ain't having it. You can't come around them like your nose is all up in the air and you something special. It was just we
They
just
keep
brought
you
up like
humble.
that. Absolutely. My sister, my brother, my mother, my father, all of them, we regular people. We go fishing, we cook out, we hang out, we do some normal, ordinary day stuff that I've always grew up doing. I still do those things and hold them dear to me as far as my pastimes in between being famous, if you want to call it that. I just enjoy the industry for what it is. I enjoy my fans and the camaraderie that we have together. I think that's been a blessing in my life since day one. I've never felt alone because of them. I always feel like I got a family and a home and people who care about me. So I always knew that just the way we was brought up, it ain't about being snooty and being stuck up or beyond anything real. I don't believe the hype. I got to go out here each time and prove myself over and over again. So that helps me a lot.
Well, we love a humble king. We really do, because you deserve to have
All
your nose
right.
in the air a little bit, a little.
Yeah, yeah. I
You've
put that
done.
on when I get on stage. I put that on when I get on stage. You get on stage, you turn it on. I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? When you get on stage and when you get in front of cameras and stuff. But when the cameras go off, that dude goes off too. And I get back to being, just regular old Ralph.
Oh, that's good. That's amazing. I mean, I love when people can keep their humility and who they are, like, about them, even though all this amazing stuff is happening to you. You're running in these crazy circles. Your experiences are
Hmm.
changing on the daily, and you're young while
Hmm.
all this is happening. That's what I'm most impressed by, because it's
Well,
easy to
thank
get caught
you.
up.
I'm impressed by your hair. I love your hair. That is hot. I got to bow. I got to
Thank
bow some
you.
someday.
Thank you. It's a little crochet for the Rona. Give them
I
a little
like it. It's
something.
nice. Yeah, I
Thank
like it. That's
you.
nice. Go
Thank
ahead,
you.
Queen. Get him. Get him,
I do what
Queen.
I can from inside the house.
Nice. Go ahead and get him. That's right.
Well, I actually want to get into some stories, and thank you, because I know you have
Hmm.
quite a few amazing stories in your back pocket.
Mm.
I host a podcast called Stories Told. It's a live podcast where people from my tribe come and we have a conversation but they answer my questions with stories from their lives. So
Okay.
I'm going to put a little photo on screen from your life, Ralph
Mm.
Tresvant, and you try
Mm-hmm.
to jog down memory lane and tell me
Okay.
if you remember what you were
Ah.
thinking that day. What was going on when you opened up your leather and showcased?
And you see it in my face. I'm thinking they ain't ready for all of this. I'm finna kill them right now with this. I'm finna kill the COVID with this baby.
You were serving vibes. You were giving us abs. You were giving us 90s R&B. But do you
Yeah.
remember this day for real?
Yeah, I do. That's the Mac right there. That's the Who's the Mac was on that album, and I had to bring that to the table with that. That whole vibe is what I was on. I was on some Mac stuff. Everybody around was stand up on your pimping, baby. You know, we gotta make this happen in a real way. So, my man, shout out to rest in peace, Doseville Gallo, man.
Oh,
He calling stand up on your pimping, and that's who I was bringing out in that video, the old school, like around the way cat that I grew up admiring from afar. Seeing the cats that used to dress and move and have that swag like that. So that was the Who's the Mac vibe right there.
we we love to see it. That's one of my favorites. I love the look. You still got that jacket? Is
Thank
it a
you.
jacket or a shirt?
That's a suit with the leather jacket. It was a full length leather jacket on top of it.
Ooh,
It
that's
was
some good
scraping across the
vintage.
ground when I walked, baby.
Sorry, Peter, but it's hot. It's really hot.
Thank you.
Let
It
me
was a
put
good
one
look.
more up, and you tell me your memories from this day. Now, this one a little younger. You remember
Oh my
him?
God. I remember that little dude right there. Why it look like I got on lipstick though?
I promise I didn't edit these photos.
This is when I got this. I remember this era. This straight new edition. And what I remember about this is that it was the first time that I got fed up with the record company trying to make me shave my little peach fuzz that I was so proud of.
I think
You
you
know,
were so cute with it.
yeah, I was becoming a little young teenager, and they was trying to keep me young and the candy girl cool. Now, he's trying to keep me there with it. And so, you look at the Count Me Out video and all that, it look like I got some extra upper lip going on because that's how it always felt to me because I was so used to seeing a little fuzz covering it. And then in that video, they had me shaving and all that stuff. So this is that era when New Edition was just at the prime, at the peak of their height, and really ready to soar and keep it moving out of the first album, going into the next phase. And I remember just feeling like, okay, they're not gonna stop me this time. I'm gonna be that cat that I really am. Don't be making me change. I don't want to wear no big, colorful, bright red sweater anymore. I want to put on the blue leather with the,
We need to pop
I
the
want to go
collar.
back to, let me pop my collar a little bit. Exactly. So that was my man. I still had my shag in my hair and everything. It
Yeah,
was
I
going
hate that
down.
I'm covering up the little. You can see the little hang time in the back.
I remember that. I was still
Um,
doing that. That's little Riz trying to be a star right there.
he looks so sweet and so innocent and just ready for it all. I
he
love it.
wasn't. He wasn't sweet or innocent. It was all an act. Nah, he was.
We knew it.
No, we was nothing. We was little project kids. So at the end of the day, we know we was turning on what we need to turn on for the cameras and for the imagery of New Edition and making sure that we had little children and kids watching us during that time. So we knew how to be what we were supposed to be instead of our mothers would have. We didn't want our mothers to even know what we was really doing. Our parents. So at the end of the day, yeah. At the end of the day, I don't want to ruin it for nobody, but yeah, it wasn't as innocent as he looked it there, but he was,
We can
he grew up
imagine.
around the way.
Yeah, they tried to
Yeah,
show us little bits and pieces in the New Edition story. It was
yeah.
honestly and still is one of the best biopics that's been done. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, and we owe a lot to that to you guys being involved in that.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
what do you think about your career thus at this point? You said 40 years. Now you're coming back out. We got some new music. Johnny Gill is working with you. How do you
Hmm.
feel about yourself in this music industry?
And I'm excited. I feel like they haven't really got the chance to really see me the way um, I've always wanted them to see me. My thing has really been primarily spending most of my time being the front man for New Edition, and spending most of my career and the talent that I have, that I believe I've had and have been blessed with, contributing that toward New Edition. although I've had my thing here and there with my sensitivities and the Who's the Mac album, I've done some things on my own. They were always like projects that I was felt like they represented parts of me, and most of the other stuff was things that were being brought to me that just for the sake of having a hit record, people would bring them to me, and I was putting them out. They didn't necessarily always reflect my life and my story or my walk, and so I wanted to get to. I'm at that point now where I want to do that real album. I feel like to me, I'm at a place where I feel like I'm gonna do my first moment. You know how when you first heard Michael do Off the Wall, and
Yeah.
he kind of was first really springboarding the way out into his own thing and away from being a Jackson, although we love
Hmm.
that just as much, but being a Jackson 5 into, okay, I like this, what Mike's doing right here. And although I always want to see his brothers do their thing, I like saying, I want to see more of this, what Mike's bringing to us right now. And I'm glad he did, because if he hadn't, if he just kind of stuck himself in that one little capsule, we might not even got to the Thrillers and all the other stuff that we
Real.
ended up
Yeah.
seeing from Mike. Yeah. So at the end of the day, not saying that that's that plateau I'm going to reach, but I'm shooting for. I want to do some big things. I want to continue and see how far I can really take it as an individual now, and that's what this project and this runs means for me. I feel like I got that room in there because I haven't oversaturated myself with myself. It's been mostly about New Edition.
It really has, because even I saw in an interview where Johnny even said about you how a lot of the other members, or like all of the other members, have gone on and continued their music, and he was like, Ralph didn't really like give it to us like he
Yep.
could, and so
Yep.
now we're getting a chance to feel that. So I believe in God's timing. Maybe you felt
Yeah.
like you didn't feel like you needed to do too much, like you said, oversaturate.
Yeah, just raising. I got to a point where I started having kids and family and stuff like that, and that became more important than trying to express myself in the music industry. It made more sense to just continue what people have known and make sure my kids came up sane, safe, well protected, and know I'm in their life. In a real way, opposed to being in a real way, opposed to being gone all the time. And even though that was still the case from here to there, they still got a sense of knowing daddy's right there, whatever you need. I've been to all of the graduations and the skating rings, the playing football or whatever it might be. I've been to all of the parties, birthday, but everything in their life, all the milestones I've been there for, and that was important for me to make sure that was going on. Now they're all grown, just about. Well, I can't even say just about. They're all grown and out doing their own things and making life happen for themselves. So I got room now to come out here before it's really too late and do some things.
That's
Hopefully.
so, I love that, because that's usually such a maternal way of handling children and career. Usually the mother feels like, let me get this done, and now that they're grown, now I can have my second wind and my thing. You usually hear that on
Mm-hmm.
the other side, so that's dope to hear it come from a man. On your way out, could you just tell us what you feel like you have learned about yourself as a solo artist that you didn't learn when you were part of a group?
As a solo artist, but that I've learned that it's a lot harder to it's easier to express yourself. There's less heads to go through, but it's a lot
Yeah.
harder to always make sure you've dotted all the I's and crossed a lot of the T's. So I still run my stuff through the fellas. I've ran the single through Ricky before I put it out, and I ran it through some of the other cast that's close to us, because it's still important to me to get those other perspectives and just make sure what you think about this. And so I've learned through being in a group that it's always good to have other people's input and other people's opinions on the table. Even though you're going to make the decision as a solo artist, you're going to make the decision you want to make on your own anyways.
Right.
But you like to have that direction to it kind of helps you not go too far left or right, and fine tune what you're getting ready to do before you drop it. So I love that about it. And I realized I can do this on my own. I could do this. You know what I mean? I can make it happen on my own too.
I love that. Yes. I hope y'all heard that word. Catching it in your spirit. Hold on tight. Unfortunately, that's the end of our time with Ralph Tresvant.
I love it. Thank you for having me,
Thank
Danielle.
you for, don't say my name, Ralph Tresvant. Thank you for coming and giving me some of your time today. I'm so glad to see you and see you doing your thing. It's amazing. I love it.
Anytime you let me know, I'll be back. Mwah.
I would love that. Yes.
Real quick with that, real with that, yeah. Body